this is also very interesting that you have these levels that are these literally like jigsaw puzzles that are, I would say, very relaxing, and I guess it's I would like making sure that the difficulty is okay or something in that sense, because this is just like super easy compared to the other stuff that's like within the game. And then
it's super easy, but you are struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm struggling as usual when I'm commenting and playing.
You're playing like like on our ads, someone playing and failing.
This is a no bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
That's all we need. Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode. This is again a special one. We're gonna do a live review. My name is Matej Lancaric.
I'm Felix Braberg.
And I'm Jakub Remia.
And we are your hosts, and we have a special guest, Anatolii. Welcome. Can you give us a short introduction about yourself, company as well, and then we dive in to the topics we have.
Live review.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Anatolii. I'm CEO and co-founder of Burny Games. It's Ukrainian studio. We are focusing on mobile puzzle games, currently with ad monetization. So our company is just 2.5 years old, but
2.5 gamers, welcome. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect match.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, I'm in the gaming like for 13 years, 13 and a half. And I started as a Flash developer in another Ukrainian studio. It was Murka company, social casino. And I spent there 10 years and grew up from the developer to C-level positions. So I have plenty of experience on all the levels of the production. Yeah.
So originally a programmer, do I get it right?
Yeah. Flash programmer. Flash was still alive.
That's what we need. That's what we need for 2.5 Gamers gaming studio.
Oh, so that's why you called me.
Yeah. This is an interview, Anatolii. This is an interview.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
see.
Let's see what you built for the interview.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see what you got.
Let me remember the patterns.
So,
Nice.
is it natural to go from social casino that's 100% IAP to puzzle that's 100%
Yeah. Everyone do it in Ukraine, so it's pretty pretty common story.
But before diving into the games and doing the review, like, what's the thinking there? Like, how did you like no more social casino? I only want ads.
Well,
Puzzle games.
actually, we did amazing things with live ops, segmentation, personalization, monetization, with all these events, scheduling, and with everything. And at the moment when I switched, I saw huge opportunity in mobile games because I knew the tools and the live ops mechanisms that we could use to improve casual games and puzzle games. And we started with a game. It was called Super Cooker. I think it's still on the app stores, but it failed. And then also not then, but in parallel, we decided to do another niche. It was Playdoku game, block puzzle, with ad monetization focus, because we decided to choose something like something known for gameplay and just try to iterate on it. And it worked. and all my ideas with live ops and everything, it's hard to apply to Playdoku actually. So I'm still
Okay, nice.
dreaming about it.
All right, so today we're going to cover 2 of your games, right? We're going to start with Playdoku and then move on to Colorwood Sort.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
Super Cooker.
we'll talk about the game design. We'll
Cooker.
talk about the... Oh, starting off with an interstitial ad. I love it.
No, it's not the interstitial ad.
It's not the interstitial. Yeah, that's the original game Anatolii mentioned.
All
Yeah,
right.
I just wanted to confirm that. Like, do I get it right? This was a cooking time management game.
Yeah, but it was like innovative core game loop. It was not about time management, but more about like sorting cards. Now I think it's pretty close to good sort games.
Yeah.
But I think we were really
too early.
close. Yeah.
Too early for this.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm just curious because then it makes sense, but because I thought like it was like completely different genre, but it seems not. Okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah. We called it Tinder cooking internally because there are cards that you swipe like one side or other side, like or not like. We even had an ad about banana who is sitting like in jacuzzi and swiping the cards with fruits.
That's super funny.
It's very interesting.
That's super funny. I used the Tinder mechanic in some of the ads before when there was a big Tinder boom. It actually worked quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
it was a sorting game.
Yeah, really. It's a kind of sorting game, but
So it's kind
there
of
was
similar
not
to Scroogem, basically.
Scroogem is more have more
It's gravity
deep
based,
mechanic.
like I mean the top. Yeah, the top one.
So this
just
is like
very
card based,
interesting.
and there is not enough deepness in this mechanic. There are some blockers, but still long-term retention was not good enough, and Playdoku worked better for us, so we focused on it and paused the development for this game. Maybe we'll come back sometimes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, this kind of now fits the theme of sorting stuff very nicely.
Yeah. I played Good Sort like a few days ago, and I hated that game. It's all this. Like, it's impossible to complete the levels. Well, but I still play it.
Yeah. Nice.
So
yeah,
I think it's still in like a top sorting genre category. The Good Sort one, isn't it?
Boss out. Okay, nice.
Oh, nice. Remia, you're far away from the mic again. Your traditional mistake.
Sorry.
Because he's just looking at the different monitors. Like,
yeah,
I don't see it here, so maybe I'm just like fake.
Maybe on iOS.
On iOS, maybe.
Yeah. I think on iOS.
This is unified. Should be both. But yeah. Anyway. Yep. Sorry. We can move on. Yeah. So, do I get it right? Super Cooker April 2022, and then Playdoku was launched July 2022.
Yes.
On Android, and then October on iOS. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And then Colorwood.
And Colorwood in December last year.
Yeah,
basically.
It was before New Year.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Colorwood Blocks, which is another iteration, if I get it right.
Yeah, but it's another genre. Colorwood Sort is like water sorting games, and Colorwood Blocks is like Playdoku, but in the setting of Colorwood Sort.
Okay.
So it's like a brand.
Okay, so pretty much the whole portfolio is kind of focused on sort genre.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had some other games, but they failed for us. For example, there was Block Brush. it had amazing starting KPIs, but we were not satisfied with long term. It's like drawing app, but with blocks.
Oh, yeah, I see. And if you say,
okay.
like, when you
Oh.
say you were not satisfied with the long-term KPI, like what does that mean in terms of the numbers? Like long-term retention?
Yeah. Long-term
Wasn't-
retention was bad. Like the coefficients of like retention day 3 divided by day
Okay.
1, and day 7 by day 3, and so on. So the long tail
Okay.
was not good enough for us. Yeah.
By the way, just out of curiosity, you test these first without the ads or with the ads?
Both actually. So
Both actually.
yeah, we integrate ads right away, but we have like a control group to test like the maximum potential without it.
That's interesting.
What's the drop off with ads? Like when you see it usually? Like what's the percentage for like day 1 and day 3?
Well, it's huge.
Thank you, Felix.
But ads are
Felix,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Is it like 25 or like
50% is possible, yeah. And it becomes bigger with each day. So
Yeah.
not only like the day 1 retention is higher, but the retention curve, it's completely another.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, because you put the interstitials, you put the ads there, and then people churn.
Yeah.
Anatolii's whole lifeblood in the company is interstitial ads, which we're going to cover soon, right?
I know, but still, I was like,
Just saying.
yeah, I know. Anatolii answered you completely. Where's the drop off? It's huge. It's huge.
Yes,
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening.
Anyway, back to the rundown of the company. So that was the previous games and the current games. Regarding the current numbers, as we see them on Sensor Tower, it's something like 2.7 million downloads a month. That's for October numbers, and mainly driven by Colorwood now, with Playdoku being the second one. And then revenue-wise, yeah, as Felix mentioned, it's pretty much all by ad revenue. Not much IP revenue there.
Yeah.
Which
We actually moving
basically-
to.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we actually moving to in-apps revenue. We are planning some experiments on it, but yeah,
Nice.
currently it's everything is working on ads.
Yeah, I just want to say, like,
ads,
based on the
IAP.
yeah, remove ads. No, I want to say, like, based on like all the experts and everybody, you should be dead as a company, because ads, mobile games with ads are absolutely dead. So
Yeah, sure. I feel that way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Us too.
Okay.
Don't worry. Us too.
So I guess let's run down Playdoku first. That would be a better one here.
Okay.
For the first one. So Playdoku is, I would say, pretty. Why did me froze on me? Okay, no, it didn't froze. So it's a pretty unique puzzler in a way that it's basically like something like a jigsaw Tetris puzzle. I would say, like, can't really name the genre here, but it's like, yeah, I guess let's play like one of the levels in the journey, and we'll see immediately based on the core. So yeah, this is also very interesting that you have these levels that are these literally like jigsaw puzzles that are, I would say, very relaxing, and I guess it's I would like making sure that the difficulty is okay or something in that sense, because this is just like super easy compared to the other stuff that's like within the game. And then
It's super easy, but you are struggling a little bit.
yeah, I'm struggling as usual when I'm commenting and playing.
You're playing like like on our ads, someone playing and failing.
Exactly. So
That's
let's call them.
Jakub does your ads.
Yeah.
Let's call them like relief levels, because those are quite easy, relaxing, and easy to do. So I would call them like relief levels. And then if we go to the actual levels, if this thing lets me close it, Then the normal level would be the one where there's actually a pretty big board with Tetris-style kind of pieces, in a similar way to Hexasort, where there's like bottom row with 3 kind of pieces that you need to place all on the board, otherwise no new pieces comes in.
Jakub, you just played the creatives levels. This is in ads basically.
So this mini game, this between level, is that just for UA or is it actually because of something
connected
else?
with UA? Yes.
Of course it's UA, because that's what Royal Match also does, where they uses the creative levels with you burning the king, which is every 10 level. So it's not fake anymore.
Exactly, which is brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, so to the actual core, so as I said, 3 Tetris pieces, Tetris-like pieces on the bottom that we need to put on the board. And as we are putting them, we are tasked to kind of remove some of the objectives. And by removing them, we need to complete either a full block of 3x3 blocks or like 1 giant column or 1 giant row. And once we do that, stuff disappears and it gets counted into objectives or whatever. If we cannot anymore put pieces on the board, that's the fail state basically. So if I get that right, and again, I will be failing hard as usual when I'm commenting and playing at the same time.
Yeah, we're just simple men. We can't do multiple things at once.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You
can move the mic closer to your mouth, Jakub.
Yes, this,
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think it's better.
You made it worse.
Yeah.
Better?
Anyway,
better.
So
there we go.
It's better.
Actually,
listeners, Jakub is,
it feels pretty hard for you.
Yeah, I know. It's the usual. But I think we're kind of losing this one.
Yeah. You just wanted to show losing state.
Yeah, so I cannot put everything on the board, so I'm kind of losing it. And we get another interstitial as per usual.
Perfect.
Anyway, so there's this kind of moderation between hard levels and easier levels and these puzzle levels. So I think the difficulty curve is definitely pretty. There's big variability, but regarding the level design objectives, is there that much more? That's the ones that are on the board here currently.
So we tested more mechanics for Playdoku, but we removed them from the game because this classic stuff works just better.
It was too much.
Yeah, actually the audience here is really interesting. So, for example, if you add some features, I mean meta play features, and what will you do? Probably add some UI buttons and hope that players will come there sometimes. But mostly players are focused only on one big button in the center of the screen, so that's all they need to. So just play and play. So
no distractions.
Nothing more. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So, dear listeners, again, Jakub is playing. Now it's a little bit better because he's actually playing.
He's focused.
He's not talking. Yeah, he's not talking.
Do you know 95% of people can't solve this level according to popular UA creators?
Yeah. No. Only 4%. Only 4%.
Yeah, only 4%
can solve this. Can solve.
Do you A/B test this, like when you come up with a concept and like run UA on just creatives that have this kind of a gameplay, or do you build a little bit of game first, or how do you come up with like these first concepts for the core?
Like we were not innovators with this kind of game, so there were some other games that created this before us. Our strategy was like, let's take some proven mechanics and iterate it a bit further to make it look better, to make it feel better. And that actually the same thing worked for us for Colorwood Sword. So we saw the state of the sorting water sorting games, and we just decided, okay, just let's iterate and elevate it to the whole new level, and it worked.
Yeah, no, I remember when we discussed this in Barcelona during the Amplify event. Like you said, like you just took what worked and then just kind of polished it and make it look way better and like more quality, which apparently works for the audience way better than the rest.
Yeah, even you can see it in the reviews. If you scroll through reviews who hate ads, then you will find
People don't know what's good for them.
Yeah, then you will find some. Oh yeah, it's water sorting games, but much better.
Yeah.
Better than 22% of players, Jakub. Is that real or is that just a banner?
Completely real.
Yeah, seems like statistics. Yep. Yeah.
Also, there's this genius level, which is 241% now on the brain. Yeah, you were 120% like 5 minutes ago. So I hope this is not real.
So if I get it right, let's complete the feature set. So this is the main saga, which is the journey, and that's the bread and butter of this game, where you have levels with various difficulty. Some of those are those UA creatives, as we talked there. Like here, for instance, we have nicely telegraphed that there's a hard level, which is a standard feature here. If we go here, we have this 9 kind of encouragement button that we're getting better and better. After level 10, you unlock this, let's say, mind-brain training setup, which it's kind of clever in a way that all it does is just tells you that you should have a healthy play every day in order to train your brain, and that's it. Like nothing really to it.
Yeah,
it's very, very unique mechanic. I don't think so I saw it anywhere except the brain games that we covered.
You will see it in the creatives.
Yeah, in the creatives, I saw in some games. I will not name them, but it felt
in your
that
as well.
Yeah, I felt that they copied this mechanic from us because
because it's nothing really to it. Like seems like one of those like trigger events that people see currently all around the place, like with Voodoo Pipeline or Rolex One or whatever, where you have like the typical kind of triggering event. But it's not that. It's actually like daily feature that every day.
Yeah, it's like daily challenge. Let's call it.
Yeah.
It's like like from Impulse.
Like actually there's a normal daily challenge, which is the daily challenge, which is actually the daily challenge, but this is again very unique in a way that it pretty much just tells you like if you played enough levels per day, like your brain is trained, and that's great, and return tomorrow. On the other hand, there's the typical event one, which we have here, which is the like fast-paced event of, let's say, 22 hours, put on a leaderboard with few players, and you compete with them. That's it. So this is standard bread and butter. There's the challenge one, which you can complete even the previous days. These are predefined levels. So if I, let's say, start here, I think I already completed one. Yeah, it's a level where it's kind of a predefined by level design, not really your typical one, and it's quite a challenge, let's say. And the last thing here is award section, which is, if I understand, a little bit more towards like cosmetics or some kind of achievements for people.
It's for completing challenges, calendar challenges. If you complete all the months, you get the trophy, and the medals. It's for completing the saga. As I remember, not just the saga, but completing the tournaments, but playing in Journey, because you can progress in this tournament. Yeah, only playing the Journey.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Yep. And then in the main one, I guess this just like tracks you up. If I understand, this is the infinite one.
Yeah,
like
it's
infinite
classic infinite mode. Just
just
survive.
Okay, so that's also there. Just saying. So, and that's pretty much it. Like that's the feature set of the game. Kind of pretty slim, but kind of does its job pretty well. The monetization is then based mainly on, because there's maybe somebody's like asking where's the shop. There's no shop, if I understand correctly, or even an offer or nothing. So there's interstitial after every one level. There's interstitial after every failed level, and
banners.
I don't think
banners.
Yeah, there's like one here on the top, not in the misclick style one, and if I understand, there are no interstitials doing the core, or are they? Like during the level, if I still play,
No,
they're not
no,
there.
no.
No, they're not there. So only at the endpoints, like between the
Yes,
levels,
yes.
if I get it right.
And on
Yeah,
trigger
so
events.
This is how you can check how honest a gaming company is, because there's a trick, right? So some gaming companies just, if you don't touch the game buttons or the screen for X amount of time, they just launch an interstitial. And I didn't see that here. So that's usually how I can tell how honest a gaming company is. So, yeah.
Or it's like, let's take a break from playing.
Yeah.
Interstitial in your face. Thank you very much. Yeah, I needed that break.
But actually, it might work in some games if the levels is too long. They have to show ads in the middle of the game.
like that.
games.
Like
All
the
the
Hexas
stealthy
report.
games.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I had a question actually about the monetization, right? Because before we move on to Colorwood Short, I just want to talk quickly about the ads, right? Because I'm just wondering. So it says in Sensor Tower that it's about 5.5 sessions per day, and time spent in Playdoku is about 30 minutes. And that means that there's about like 1,800 seconds, and each level takes about 90 seconds. So that means that users can be expected to watch anywhere between 12 to 17 interstitial ads. Is that about right?
No.
No.
Too much, no?
Too much?
Too much or too little?
All right. So in my estimate,
Actually,
14 interstitial ads. That's what I have.
I
in my
think the
estimates,
problems.
but,
I think the problem starts with estimates from Sensor Tower because they seems wrong to me. For example, playtime is longer than
okay.
Sensor Tower says. Yeah, and yeah, but less sessions, for example.
Okay, cool.
So less sessions, longer time.
Yeah, longer
All right,
time, probably longer levels. Then you may adjust your calculations.
Yeah, exactly. But if I assume like 10 interstitial ads per user per day, is that above or too high or too low?
It's if in general it sounds correct, but it really depends on the
I would say US
the UA.
They definitely more on the UA side. There should be more, no? Like
more
12, 13, 14, yeah.
Well, it depends on UA, because there are players who are really high value players with higher CPMs, and it's enough to have less ads, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah,
some
okay.
players are bombarded with ads more aggressively.
Yeah. So the active user base from Sensor Tower says about 750,000, 100,000 on iOS in the US and 120,000 on Android in the US. If that's true, and based on the banners, I would say probably right now, Playdoku's earning about 50 to 60 grand a day from ads, and which is quite interesting. I don't know, is that active user base kind of right, or? Poker face. All right.
More or less.
My main question from Admon is like, basically, why don't you have a remove ads IAP? It seems like the easiest thing to add. Or have you tried adding it and it didn't work?
We tried it, and we tried it in multiple games, actually. But for us, for our A/B test, it worked worse. So it's better to show more ads, because look, who will buy this offer? Those who play more and those who watch more ads, and actually they like watch a lot
you
of
would
ads.
You would need to price this with like $30 or something.
Yeah. Or maybe it should be like subscription, but players hate subscriptions. Maybe you could also right now there is a trend in some games. For example, you talked about Hexasort recently, and I guess they have this feature. So you just need to pay once a month or once a week. I don't remember exactly. And you like need to
$2.99 for 3 days. Yeah.
No, for 3 days even. Yeah. And they didn't have this feature when they started, so they decided that they're just not aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. So 50 to 60k a day. Sweet. Let's move on to Colorwood.
Matej, you're gonna do UA on both afterwards?
I could do afterwards. Yeah, I can do afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay,
both.
okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So Colorwood is actually a sorting game, much more closer, not let's say in this kind of Tetris style puzzler manner. Very simple UI because there is just the main saga, like
It's
nothing
similar,
to it.
right? Like it's quite similar to. Is it the start of a template?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. The Burnie template.
So if we go into the menu, you could see immediately from the start there was the streak mechanic. I lost the
You
last
failed?
level. Yeah, I failed. So that's there. But then when we are in the level, what it does, it's kind of quite similar to the current, let's say, water sword and like all these other water stuff puzzles, with the twist that this looks much more closer to something like aesthetic or the graphic of like Toy Blast, if you remember, because those are like bricks, and my guess is main demography is 70% women. I would guess. So
women
there.
45 plus.
Yeah, so typical like housewives.
And that's also for Playdoku now.
Yeah, it's the same.
I think, yeah.
From
Okay.
most
Really?
of the
Yeah.
genre.
Okay, I thought
Yeah, of course.
Playdoku would be more unisex, but yeah, okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so then we have the sorting thing, which pretty much works kind of similar, just with the difference that instead of liquid, we have like nicely polished bricks that are being pretty much put here. And the typical mechanic, as usual, is that you can only put bricks of the same color on top of each other and move them around, basically. Otherwise, you can do that. You can still kind of move stuff that's like, let's say, not fitting enough, and only the portion that fits enough will be pretty much put there. And then there's a timer, because one of the other unique things that this game has is that the fail state is kind of hard to see, because even if I pretty much shuffle the things around on the board into the position that I'm already in a fail state, I still won't know it, and the timer will just run out. As for the boosters, there are already boosters for rewarded videos. So there's the one that kind of undoes and thus like pretty much puts my last move back. And then there's the key, and this is the quite important one and pretty OP one. If I watch and reward that with the key, I actually unlock additional inventory, which can be completely game changing to the level. And the levels, by the way, are segmented in a way that, let's say, if I complete this part of the level, this kind of bar fills up and moves to the second part of the level. I need to actually pass both in order to kind of continue.
But not all the levels are like this.
Of
so
course,
with timer and stages.
And I've seen also levels with like very unique mechanics where there would be, for instance, like 3 giant columns with like, I don't know, 20 bricks and stuff. So I guess the mechanics curve in this game is much more generous, or let's say much more different than the one in Playdoku, where there's like one mechanic and like 1 or 2 kind of level design mechanics, whereas here I guess it hops on a typical kind of a puzzler where it's every 40-50 levels. I would expect some kind of different mechanics, but I still haven't seen like any levels from the creatives like this kind of tactic, if I understand, is not here. That's the one with Playdoku.
But creatives looks pretty the same.
Pretty
gameplay.
much
to the game. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the game, nothing else.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. If I again win the level or lose the level, there's an interstitial. And I think no way around it. So either we lose this or I.
No, but yeah, purple. You can move the purple.
You can continue talking while I play, and I can finally play because my brain is kind of melting here.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait a second. You were 241% brain charge already in Playdoku.
Exactly.
Previous game doesn't transfer to the other game.
Oof. Okay.
Was the main thing when you sat down with Colorwood Sword that you guys wanted to add rewarded as well? Because I guess that's one of the main drawbacks of Playdoku, that there's no rewarded, right?
Actually, some players have rewarded in Playdoku, but it's like segmented.
I'm hearing a lot of segmentation, Anatolii. Like also, you mentioned the ads for the UA part, now also for rewarded videos and stuff. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you segment on? Like, what is the segmentation?
Well, actually, UA is a great trigger for segmentation. So why player came from based on like even campaign name. So you just
Very
can
good.
And how does it
join
differ? Like
the
how
game.
quickly
Yeah.
a user sees ads or what?
Well, there are different experiments because you make the segmentation based on like you see that these players behave like another way. For example, they are really tolerant to the ads, and you can show even more ads to them.
So let's say you run Upload in Adras campaigns, which I think you are running. Then based on this campaign, you show more ads because these players are definitely more tolerant to see more ads because they're coming from Upload in Adras campaign.
I will
Kind of?
not name like exact combinations of
fine,
campaigns, but
no,
yeah,
of course,
like
but
the idea
something
is
like
like
this.
this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need to name the channels, but still, like if this is like the proper logic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't need to name anything.
Yeah, don't worry.
You don't need to talk about anything you don't want to tell you.
Exactly. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I can just
keep
sitting here.
Blink twice.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we can move on to the party trick before going to UA because Colorwood sort is a bit harder to estimate. So active user base, here's 500,000 worldwide, 80,000 iOS users in the States, 40,000 Android according to Sensor Tower. The sessions per day is 4.6 and time spent is 24 minutes a day. So probably it's a bit longer than that based on the last underestimate by Sensor Tower.
Yeah,
I saw a nod.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just dying on like how Jakub plays the game. It's just.
You should get a job making creatives for Matej.
No, honestly, like you can see.
You mean like the fail state ones?
Yeah, you can clearly see like which games Jakub likes and which games I like. I'm killing it on these games, which are obviously made for female audience. I don't know why, but still. Anyway, and you are just absolutely terrible. I mean, seriously, wow, this is great. I love it.
Yeah.
Love
so
it.
I think in Colorwood sort on interstitials is probably very similar to Playdoku, around 12 to 14 probably on average on probably 70 to 80% of the user base. And again, about 90 to 100 banners. The real question, which is really hard for me to estimate on the outside, is how shit are players on average so they need to watch rewarded ads to help them with gameplay? I put 2 on 45%, but like that's just Jakub? A guess. Like I don't know how. I don't know if it's Jakub playing it or if it's Matej playing it. Like,
yeah. You should just go for like a middle ground.
Yeah. I'll just add an extra one here. But basically, I think Colorwood sort is between 55 to 65k on today's like ad run rate. You don't need to nod, you don't need to blink, but I think that's roughly what it should be around.
It's bigger.
It's bigger. I think it's bigger.
That's all
you can say.
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at Jakub, if you go to your downloads and you compare Colorwood downloads versus Playdoku, then Colorwood needs to be bigger than Playdoku.
Yeah, but the active user base is smaller, right? So, but according to Sensor Tower, it might not be the case in real life.
Yeah, but then think about the segmentation Anatolii mentioned and like how many new installs are coming into the game. It doesn't really necessarily need to be about the active player base. Kind of, but still, look, yeah, it's just more installs.
Yeah. Oh wow,
it's kind of the same,
but more installs on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can go even here, as per usual.
Ooh, I'm assuming those retention numbers are really not true.
Well, Sensor Tower and its estimation, it's really wonderful feature. You shouldn't believe it at all.
Okay, for those listening, it's showing around 40% day 1, 16% day 7, and 6 to 7% day 30 for both games. So
but Anatolii smile says it's higher, so not a good poker face. But now we move on to UA.
I usually use Sensor Tower to compare, like not the exact numbers, but just retention curve. Maybe
The trends, you mean?
Yeah. So trend, and then you can try to compare it to your game with known data points that you have, and then you can assume what your competitors have.
Also, even Mika Ahonen mentioned this on the live review that the retention in Sensor Tower is not really great. It's actually underestimated by far. Anyway, okay. So
let's do UA creatives. Let's see if there's some good hooks.
I mean,
okay. You want the screen, or want still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I mean, I won't be surprised.
So I'm expecting a lot of brain power.
Einstein. I bet you mean Einstein.
I didn't see Einstein.
No Einstein?
No, I mean, wait. Here,
there's Einstein.
It needs to be Albert. Come on, like. Okay. But this is a playable, and I can't play it for some reason. Oh well.
If I could go back in time, that's what I would do. I'd go back in time, meet Einstein, and explain to him how his face is used for UA creatives to get lower CPIs.
Man, that's like so wrong. You go back in time, you film Einstein playing your game, and then you use it as creative.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
so much wasted potential.
That's a 100K a day idea, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so in here, I think. I'm not sure like if we are looking at the correct networks and everything, because I didn't see also like a lot of UA on Colorwood, but here it says Uplavin, Unity, and Google, and I would assume you run maybe one or two more channels, which you don't need to name, but I would definitely assume something else.
Sure.
Yeah. So every time I see free networks, it's very suspicious. So I would say in this case, this Moloko and Mintegral, I guess, as my assumption. We need to say yes or no.
Surely also Facebook, right?
Facebook, I would add Facebook and I would run Facebook, but I'm not sure if you run Facebook because, well, one thing, if you have the Adroas beta, then maybe. Or even if you try the workaround on Facebook to actually get the Adroas campaigns on. So I guess in that case, yes. But I was looking at Facebook ads library, and for Colorwood, I didn't see any ads there. So are you running Facebook or not really, Anatolii?
Right now, no. So
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, we are focusing on
it didn't work.
Other channels. Yeah, but let's say we know how to change this, and we are working on it right now.
I kind of know where you are going in this with this answer, I guess, but still, yeah, it's. I mean, honestly, right now Facebook is in a very weird position, and also now it's Q4, and also it's only ads revenue, so it's quite hard to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
There are workarounds, as I mentioned, but it's kind of tough to figure it out correctly, because what is the workaround here that Tripload was using, and most probably it's not using anymore because there is Adroas beta for Facebook, which this optimization is coming early next year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That you just send ad revenue in the purchase event and then you optimize on the value optimization. Like that's the workaround. And
you're adding like thresholds to send this revenue in batches.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So
because if you send like each revenue event, then it will be like
it's thousands of
complete
purchases.
Noise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Thousands of purchases with 1 cent, which then like fucks up basically everything. So then you need to play around with, okay, let's send 20 cents as ad revenue, 10 cents, 50 cents, and then find a great balance between what actually works and then just use it. So like that's kind of like ad revenue based games on Facebook at the moment. And I would say TikTok is the same category. It's just, it's not there. On the other hand, we have a lot of Uplavin here. I mean, What a surprise.
Surprise,
so look,
surprise, yeah.
Exactly. Surprise, surprise. So look, this is your test your IQ, and absolutely, Jakub, you absolutely failed. I know.
What do you mean? I have 240% brain power.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, but I think I'm just looking at your gameplay here. So if you don't know the listeners, Jakub, it's like a Batman. When dark is outside, like he actually records the videos for Anatolii's UA team and how to fail the crit.
Give this man a rewarded video, please. He needs some help.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
For those listening, these are the jigsaw Tetris-like puzzles that are in the game itself. I don't know how many levels to kind of keep the UA on point with the usual tactic as puzzlers.
Yeah, but also like there's the tactic, like few different things in here, obviously, and it's great that you have the 1 minute long videos. I mean, it's uploading, so I guess like this is good, and it's combined with the playable ads at the end, and I would say like this is the one. I didn't see honestly like so many different creative concepts when I was looking into this. Like it's all kind of this, and then there's also this localized creative. So do you have a lot of Spanish players, or this is also targeted for US and as a Spanish kind of population living in US? Because like I kind of use
both
that from time to time. Okay,
yeah, both actually. And
that's great. Okay.
Yeah, localizations work. So
that's an interesting thing, because I always say it really doesn't, because it's too much. It's too much work for not a lot of like uplift, and I usually
but you can
like 5%.
You can make it automatically. This localizations.
Okay.
If you, and just you need the pipeline for it, and especially if you have like similar concepts. So it's not that.
Okay, I mean, in here you just localize the top headline and that's it. Yeah, but honestly,
it's not killer feature, of course, but still.
Yeah, but still we have. I mean, look, I think we have like one kind of or two concepts, and then just like different images here. IQ is the same, and what we had with the Einstein, it was only in the playable. So the question is like, is this enough for you? Because with this kind of like few creative concepts, it looks like you will run out of power quite soon, but I don't think like that's happening. So we might be looking at something really weird in the sensor tower. So
that's what works, actually.
Yeah, that's what works. But is it like do you like how frequently you test new creatives? Because this feels like you have 3 good ones and then that's it. But like how long that can actually sustain the campaigns?
Well, it depends on the weekend, on the game we are focusing at the moment, but
so Playdoku.
Playdoku maybe up to 10 a week, but there are some of them are iterations and some of them are new concepts. We test new concepts and they just don't work.
Interesting. You should definitely test the Albert Einstein AI hook with wall of text in the first 2 seconds, because that's something that worked super well for me on Uplavin for match free game, and that's like the audience that you have absolutely. So you should definitely try. I mean, I'm pretty sure you are trying different stuff, but this is definitely something where I will send you the examples afterwards, and I can share the examples in the Slack channel. So guys, definitely listening, join our Slack channel. So with this, yes, and then I mean it's interesting because you said, or like Felix said, it's kind of making 50, 60K. Then Colorwood is making a little bit more. With these few channels, I don't think you are anywhere near that revenue with spending on a daily basis. And just blink twice if I'm right or if I'm right. I would say you're spending maybe not even half of the revenue you're getting.
Why are you considering it?
because it's, I mean, if you spend like 50K per day, let's say, and you break even quickly, you don't have enough creative concepts. It's just, and you have only 3 channels. So if you do run 50K per day on 3 channels, that's gonna be very dangerous very soon, honestly, because it's like you will start to see quite a big decline in a short period of time. Like that would be my assumption, honestly, from what I saw before. It's not sustainable.
Pretty much like UA concepts arts, UA concept fatigue, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There are some tricks that you can pull, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, but talking about Playdoku, you saw that the volume, so Playdoku is much less than Colorwood Search. Yeah, so
that's also part of the reason what I say.
Yeah. Currently, Colorwood Search is more focused for us, and in terms of creatives, budgets, and everything. Yeah. So for Playdoku, I will not blink. But interesting point.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's not like it depends.
It depends. Yeah. No. Like it depends. Honestly,
but what I can say that we're actually targeting really long-term goals, long tail, and it's the same for all block puzzle games. Block puzzle games are not targeting like a short payback window. It's impossible, especially in terms of Block Blast, who is like swiping the whole
market.
Market, yeah.
And you can see with like 10K daily new installs, the active user base is kind of stable or growing slightly. So like there is definitely a long term. So that's why I think it's spending less and then gaining the money back in like 6 months ish. That would be the payback you're aiming for.
When we started the company, and it was like a golden standard for us that 6 months is a goal for us. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, but
it's longer. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would say okay. So, and you don't need to comment on this, but that's my assumption. You started with Playdoku, it was way less than 6 months. Then kind of was 6 months. Now is maybe a little bit closer to 9 months, but still getting the money back, and it's still kind of you still operate the game and then just spend some money on it.
But I think it's the same story for all the games. You start with a short payback window, then you scale, it's become longer, and
Still, but then with other games, you kind of either keep growing the budget and then kind of the payback prolongs, or you just kind of stabilize at some level, and then maybe that's like so. And as I see, like you're not kind of growing the Playdoku, and there's kind of focusing on Colorwood Sword.
Yeah, because Matej, it works better for us right now.
Can you give me the screen for a second? I just want to show what Anatolii is saying in visual terms.
Yeah, here.
Because I think people should just see this at some point. By blockchain swiping the market, it's literally like this. So
of course, I mean,
China.
So 20 million downloads for Block Blast, and then pretty much Wudoku having 1.5 million. Lokudoku 1.4, and we go pretty much lower and lower and lower. Playdoku is somewhere top 10.
Yeah, and also like when I say we should definitely talk about Block Blast, then Jakub says, it's nothing there. We shouldn't really talk about this game. It's not interesting enough.
Did you say it was a fad and it's going to blow over?
Because I didn't say that. Because this whole market is driven by ad revenue, as you see here. It's like if you look at the
now I know why you don't want to talk about this game, because you suck in that game and you don't want to see everybody see how much you suck. Okay.
We'll talk about it at some point for sure.
Anyway,
back to UA. Sorry.
Back to UA, because I mean we have a few more channels here, which is great. I'm not sure if this is Liftov is true, but anyways, like Mintegral is there, Unity is there, great. Uplavin obviously, and YouTube over Google. but if we talk again about the creative concepts and the number of creative concepts, my husband is addicted with like few different variations, trying to solve this. And I mean, I can play this obviously. This is really nice hook, by the way.
Oh wow!
Ooh,
Yeah.
chocolate. It looks like chocolate.
Not really chocolate, but pretty much high CGI.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Because this
By the
hook,
way, everyone
yeah.
copies our.
That's what I wanted to say. You could see Dice Dreams having exactly this hook
Creative
in
concept.
their creative.
Mhm.
No, the hook. Exactly.
the hook.
And this, the hook. They're right there. Let's see. We have this.
By the way, about Dice Dreams, I think I'm not sure who copied who, but
Okay.
I'm talk about the like the sorting stuff. The companies just take the same, replace it with their graphics. Someone even don't replace. We like.
That's the worst thing, man. I know.
Yeah, but our lawyer is working really well.
Really? How's that kind of? How does that work? If you see someone is copying your
They're
ad
from China.
Well,
not
we
even
just
from China,
claim
like,
we claim
Yeah.
them, and companies usually remove them. But I can say even more. We monitor the games who look like our game, like completely exactly. Someone even don't change anything. They just take our graphics, and we also claim to the app stores and to Google Play and ban them because they just changed nothing.
Is that how long does that take to go to the app stores and be like, "Yo, he copied me"?
Yeah.
Well,
You mean the whole process of like claiming and then banning, like how long it takes?
Yeah.
Quick, like a few days, sometimes a few hours. But
this is great. Our marriage survives thanks to this game. I mean, nice. It's perfect. Yeah. I mean, that's like, that's life. No, but honestly, like, you see, like you have so many different playables, which is great. Actually, I really love that. The creative depth for the playables is strong. You have this like, this is like a template for you, right? Like this works. You change the headlines, you change a little bit, the iterate on the gameplay, and then just add different headlines, which is great. Is this like husband/marriage or stuff like angle? I guess it does really work for you.
Yeah, we tested like plenty of texts.
And also, you don't even try to solve this. You can't. Like that's my favorite. Honestly, it's such a strong one because everybody's like, let me try, you motherfuckers. I will prove you wrong.
Don't even try to solve this. Like, you can. That's nice claim.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
By the way, there are levels like this in the game. Just saying, it's not fake. Those are in the game actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course. No. Like, I mean, like, why would you fake sorting? Just you don't need to. That does the job for you. So that's the beauty part of like the hyper/hybrid casual. So yeah, I mean, and that's basically
I think we lost Matej
it.
because
so
of
do you have
election
any
issues?
Like, let's call non-traditional UA channels?
It's Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. It's far away from everything.
You know this TV series? No?
Is it a TV series? No?
There is a TV series Santa Barbara, and like everyone's mother and grandmother in Ukraine watched it.
Yeah, I guess and he dropped off.
No, he didn't drop off. He's still here, just like his camera dropped off.
Yeah. It's quite cool to see that you've been able to scale to such scale with just ad revenue. I mean, you have a little bit of IAP revenue in Colorwood sort, but it's like ad revenue. It's quite cool.
Those in IP revenue is just for test purposes. Yeah, but that's revenue.
Welcome back.
Oh, Imposter Matej.
Oh,
we have a special guest.
Yeah. Okay. So I was watching all the creatives and then just thinking about different angles, and then just it collapsed. It's so many different things. But anyway, I was already kind of
We're
at the
done
end
anyway,
of the
right?
the whole exactly. The end of the whole UA kind of stuff. I just asking like, did you get the question or not really?
No.
I was just asking myself. Okay, so I wanted to ask about like if there is any like non-traditional UA channels you have, like missed plays, all these rewarded ads or rewarded play stuff, Xbox, AdJoe,
Yeah.
this.
We work with them.
Nice. Okay. Which is great then, because then you get more retention or like higher retention from these channels, and then they kind of watch ads. But do they have the ad ROAS campaigns? Not really that much.
As I remember, someone have, but it's not like amazing. So there are completely different optimization mechanisms for these channels.
Yeah. So you kind of optimize for events, and then like let the players play a little bit longer, so they watch more ads.
Yeah, but still, our main focus is more classic because because these alternative channels, it's also the risk because sometimes you have higher retention, but then it might just drop off at the I don't know, day 30, for example, because they don't have motivation to keep going, and you just don't have this long tail that can save you in the bad days, for example, and you should be careful with it.
Exactly. Perfect.
Okay. One last thing that I wanted to add. If I understand correctly, the new game that's being tested, the Colorwood Blocks one, it's the one that pretty much uses learnings from both games. Do I get that right? Because it seems to me like it's using some, let's say, Tetris-like mechanics, but then if we skip from the creative kind of a mandatory levels to the actual levels, this seems kind of a Playdoku-ish, sort-ish hybrid one, like genre-wise, I mean.
Well, it's block puzzle, so in terms of genre, it's more like Playdoku, but the graphics and the style, the animations, everything, the look and feel is from Colorwood Sword. So this is like Colorwood brand, and mechanics are slightly different comparing to Playdoku. Slightly. They're another game field size and another rules for matching, but it's block puzzle.
No more squares, basically. You need to kind of match all over the place, not just like within the squares. If I get it.
Or lines or columns, and we're still working on it. We have we're still working on the product before like mass scaling it, but it looks great.
Just I wanted to add this for everybody watching because this is what you do. Like you reuse the previous games to create another game faster with all the knowledge. Otherwise, you can't keep up. So just saying, thanks for confirming that.
But sure, you have experience. Just use it.
Double down. What can you do?
Anatolii, thank you so much for coming and showing us your games, your success. Well done. Thank you also for showing your poker face. You've been a great guest. There's been tons of good learnings.
Thank you for invitation.
Thank you very much for coming. Everybody, thanks for listening as well. Please share your comments in the comment section YouTube as you start doing more and more. We appreciate. Also, please share the podcast on your LinkedIn profiles as well, and all the social networks you might use. Definitely helps. And join the Slack channel. Jakub is going to share the gameplay videos with you, so you can see like how or how bad he is.
You can't even say he sucks. You suck.
Yeah, he sucks. You suck. I suck. I suck. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted this so much. Anyway, so thank you very much again. See you next time. Anatolii, again, thank you very much for coming. And also see you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.